Today on Community Cooking, we have guest chef and food blogger Veronica Hendrix in our kitchen, cooking up another amazing meal. We're making black rice with a grilled shrimp medley and 3 green salad. We're cooking with some of the best chefs from right here in our own community. So grab a seat, get comfortable. We've got another great meal for you. This is your Community Cooking. Hello and welcome to Community Cooking. I am your host, Kirk Lyons. In our kitchen today is food blogger Veronica Hendrix. Hi there.
Hi, Kurt. How are you?
Great. Good to see you again.
Glad to be here.
Well, it's always nice having you. You're one of our favorite food bloggers. You've got a food blog called
CollardGreensandCaviar.com.
The polarities of food and
Yes,
cooking.
yes.
Collard greens and caviar.
Yes. There's a lot in between there.
And that's what you're all about.
Exactly.
Is the in-between and sort of demystifying things and breaking it down and letting people know that if you want to get in the kitchen and cook, you can do it, right?
You can absolutely do it, and you can make food that is healthy and good for you. Because if you don't cook, you're not going to get food that is the best quality.
Yeah, no, and I mean, listen, you can, but oftentimes you're paying a lot of money.
You really are.
I mean, you know, the higher end natural markets, they're not inexpensive. And then same thing, you know, the higher quality of the food, the more you're going to pay.
Exactly. And then you get to control what's in the food. How much salt, how much fat.
Right. And you know what? You can create an experience for yourself, for the people in your home.
Exactly.
It's a nice thing.
It
It's
is.
a very nice thing. So another one of those sort of utilitarian menus today, correct?
Exactly.
You've got a rice medley dish, which very interesting, and we'll get into all the ingredients in a sec. But then you're also going to be serving that with a 3 greens salad.
Yes, I love greens.
I do too.
And this particular salad has 2 kinds of kale, the flat leaf Italian kale
Right.
and then the curly leaf kale.
Absolutely.
And there's just some everyday cabbage.
Cabbage. Great.
Yes.
That does sound healthy.
Yes.
All right. Regarding our shrimp medley, our shrimp rice medley,
Yes.
tell me what you've got here ingredients-wise.
Well, for the ingredients, I've got about a pound and a half of raw shrimp that is shelled and deveined.
Okay.
And then I have about a cup of black rice, and I love black rice.
Yeah.
It's a little fruity, a little sweet,
A little chew
chew
to it.
We've got some chicken stock, just some everyday frozen peas. We've got Cajun seasoning that we're going to season the shrimp with as we sear it. And then we're going to make our sauce with some fire roasted tomatoes, a little fresh thyme, garlic, onions, salt, and of course, a little sugar.
And what do we have here?
And the chicken stock.
More chicken stock for the sauce.
For the sauce, correct.
Understood. Great. So where do we start?
We're going to start with the rice.
Okay.
Because it takes the longest to cook.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny. I don't think that's an ingredient that a lot of people are necessarily familiar with.
Yeah.
Black rice is delicious.
It's really good. You know the folklore around black rice, right?
Tell me.
Well, the folklore is that it was reserved for the emperors, the Chinese emperors,
Right.
to maintain their health and longevity.
It's also known as, is it royal?
Royal
Royal
right.
rice. Right.
Exactly.
Right, and it's great because it does have a nicer chew.
It does.
Requires a little bit longer to cook.
It does.
But at the same time, I think also holds its texture a lot
It
better.
really does, and it really holds its texture against the sauce that we're going to put in it.
Yeah, right, because you're mixing like a few things
Right,
in here.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
And has this been rinsed? It looks like it may.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I rinse it about 3 or 4 times, you know,
Okay.
because I think that you need to get at least some of that starch out of it.
Right. Yeah, and you're never gonna like get it completely to run clear, right?
Never, not black rice. So we're going
Okay.
to add the rice to the pan,
All right.
and then we're going to pour in 2 cups. This is a cup of rice. Then we're going to pour in 2 cups of chicken stock. You can use vegetable stock. You can use seafood stock. You can use whatever stock you want.
Veggie, mushroom,
anything.
water.
Water.
It's free.
Water
kinda.
with a little Chardonnay if you want to put a little
Ooh,
wine in there. If you want to
yeah.
go a little crazy, or a little red wine, whatever you prefer.
Right,
So we're
yeah.
going to turn that on. And we're going to bring it to a boil and then let it simmer for about 35 minutes, sometimes 40. It does take a little time.
Okay, so a couple of things. One, this is a true 2-to-1 ratio, meaning 2
Correct.
parts liquid to 1 part rice.
Correct.
When we were talking earlier, and when we, like both of us, when we make like white rice, like a jasmine rice, we'll go a little bit less.
A little bit less.
I'm not so on board with the 2 to 1. I think it kind of overcooks the rice.
It really does.
I kind of more 1.5 to 1 3/4.
Yeah, and you know, the rice could be completely cooked and you still have all this liquid left in the rice. So then you have to, you know.
But because of the sturdiness of this, we want a true 2 to 1.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. And then when it comes to stock, you know, you're low sodium, right?
Low sodium, always.
Yeah, because if you don't, especially in something like this where the stock is going to reduce, it's going to be a little too salty.
Exactly, exactly.
And we like to control our salt. We can taste that rice, and we can add salt to it at any time.
Yeah, you can always add, but you can't take it out. Remember that.
And then what are we looking at time-wise on this after it comes to the boil?
Turn it down after it comes to a boil, and about a good 35 minutes.
Right.
Sometimes it could take 40, and you know, it varies depending on your stovetop. You know, it can vary.
So wait till it comes to the boil. As soon as it does, lid it, turn it down all the way,
Correct.
very low.
Correct.
At about the 35-minute mark, open it up, start testing it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
There you go. Sounds simple.
Pretty easy.
All right. Next, the shrimp.
We're going to do the shrimp next. So we've got about 1.5 pounds of shrimp here.
Lovely looking shrimp there.
It
They are sort of
is-
in that medium to large range.
Yes. You know, I figured I was going to come to the show. Let's go large.
Yeah.
Let's go large. So
And-
we want to pat this dry a little bit.
Right.
So we're going to grab some paper towels.
Very, very important too that they are shelled, peeled, you know,
and
deveined.
all that. Yeah. So we're
You
gonna,
don't want that in there.
exactly. I'm going to pat these dry.
And you can actually buy them like that now.
You can.
You know, a little bit
can.
more expensive, but listen, if you're someone who's a little trepidatious about dealing with it, you know, start off with that.
Exactly.
You can always learn to peel and devein a shrimp.
Yeah, and you know what? That's not something I really want to do. I don't want to take the time to do that.
Depends how much shrimp. You know, sometimes I got to be honest with you. Sometimes I will just because I can do it fairly quickly, looking to save money, or if you find less deals on this type of shrimp.
That is true.
Than you do the shrimp where you have to do it yourself.
That is true.
So listen, you know, it's nothing. Things aren't getting cheaper. You know, I got a family of 5. You know, so sometimes I will do it. But if I'm making for a gang of people, I'm probably getting that.
Yeah, I'm going to get this, definitely.
Right.
So I'm going to just sprinkle, this is just a Cajun seasoning, whatever your favorite Cajun seasoning. This is a low sodium brand, so I can use a lot of it.
Okay.
It's got very little salt, but you just want to coat your shrimp. Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's got to put a little love on it,
Put a little
right?
love on it, you know. Yeah, that's what my mom would say. Put a little love on it. In fact, I think it needs a little extra love. Now, if your Cajun seasoning is high in sodium, you want to use less.
Yeah.
But this has very little.
Or heck, just make it yourself.
You can make it
your
yourself.
own rub.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can.
know.
You can. All right, so we're going to do that. So,
Great.
all right, this is a skillet that's set on medium heat.
Okay.
So we're going to add some oil to it, maybe about a tablespoon or so.
That looks like grapeseed.
Grapeseed. I'm sorry, you're right. Grapeseed oil.
Is that grapeseed
This
oil?
is grapeseed oil. I prefer grapeseed oil because you can cook it at a higher temperature and it won't smoke. And what I want to do is get nice color on this.
Right, so you're going to get that pan nice and hot?
Nice
Is that what
and
we're
hot.
going for?
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
And then also,
And
too, you're not
so-
imparting any other flavor into it. It's a pretty clean...
It's very clean oil. That's what I
Yeah.
like about it.
No, I like grapeseed a lot as well.
Yeah. So it looks like that's pretty hot, doesn't it?
It's got a shimmer.
It does. Well,
It does have a shimmer.
Let's see.
You want to test one?
We'll taste one. Test one. That's it.
Great. And listen, shrimp don't take very long.
No, we just want to get some color on this, and we're going to finish it in the oven. I don't want to. These are fairly large
So
shrimp.
they're going to go pretty quick in the oven if you're searing both sides,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Okay, so
We don't want to overcrowd the pan.
I see what you got going on. Okay.
So those get
So
some color.
and then also too that spice blend is going to help you put a little color on it as well.
It will.
And then,
because there's a little sugar in that spice rub as well, so it's gonna to help it caramelize a little bit, get some color.
And if you were to just go oven only,
You
it
won't
wouldn't
get that.
really
You
get
won't.
the
You won't
same
get that.
color.
No,
That
you
indirect
won't.
heat's not really going to do it.
Exactly. Let's see what we got here. Oh, a little bit longer.
And once the shrimp go from translucent to any sort of color for white or pink or whatever color they are, they're done.
They're done. Exactly. Now, since these are a little thicker, you know, like I said, we want to finish them in the oven just so that they will cook thoroughly.
Right.
Because we don't want raw shrimp in our dish.
No.
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 If you're using smaller shrimp, it won't take as long. But you know, when you use something this long,
Yeah, they're pretty meaty.
exactly. All right, let's give this a turn.
Okay.
See?
There you go.
Getting a little color
Nice.
on there.
Yeah,
there
beautiful.
We go. Isn't that beautiful?
So just, we're talking like 30 seconds aside.
Yeah, 30 seconds aside. If it's a really hot pan, this pan probably could be a little hotter.
A little bit, maybe.
A little hotter.
But you know what's nice about the way you're doing it too is if you were to go all pan, sometimes that hammers them too.
It does.
Or what happens is that by the time you get the inside where you want it, the outside is a little hammered. And then it's like, but here we're putting just enough color on the outside and then just kiss it in the oven for a few, probably like 5 minutes?
I like that. Kiss it in the oven.
Right?
I'm going to use that.
All right, feel free.
Kiss it in the
Feel
oven.
free.
Yeah. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Let's
Great,
see.
yeah,
We got some decent color on there. So I think we will go with that. And we will put them on this baking sheet.
Okay, here, why don't I hold that for you, and then that way,
Thank you.
sure thing.
Get those on there.
And then we can do our second batch.
Yes. And as I mentioned, I do 2 batches because I don't want to overcrowd
Right.
the pan.
Yeah, you got really nice color on them. I mean, you know,
That's beautiful.
excellent.
Okay.
Without them being blackened. They're not
Exactly.
blackened, you know, which is nothing wrong with it, but that's not what this dish is.
That's not what this dish is at all. I like the size of these shrimp. This is going to be
Yeah,
beautiful.
and they smell delicious too. Really clean smell.
Okay.
Yeah, I found very interesting shrimp story. So, have you ever had shrimp where you take a bite and it's got sort of that iodine taste to it?
Yes.
That quality. Do you want to know what's going on there?
I'm almost afraid to ask.
No. It's
What's
good.
going
Okay,
on?
so shrimp come from all over the place, right? And the shrimp that come from the Gulf, all right, come from basically 2 areas. Some closer to Louisiana, some closer to Texas, all right?
Okay.
The shrimp that comes from closer to Texas has a tendency to taste like that because the water is more salinated.
Oh.
And there's a higher sort of mineral quality to the water. And of course, the shrimp's living in it, swimming in it, eating in it. So it imparts into the shrimp. So a lot of people from the South, they're okay with it. But you have a lot of people, especially the people who aren't from the South, who it's very off-putting. That sort of iodine, tinny, minerally, like muddy. That's the
Muddy,
words you'll
that's the
use to
word.
describe it. So in that case, you can smell it. When you get home and you smell the shrimp and you smell that on there, best thing that you can do is throw them into a bowl with milk, cover them with milk, and then let them sit. You can sit them overnight if you want, but for at least like an hour or so. Rinse them off really well, obviously, and that will help.
That's a great tip.
Doesn't always necessarily take it away completely,
But it
will help. Yeah. So there you go.
There you go. I like that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn these. Get more
Okay.
color on this. Oh, these are going to be lovely. All right. Give that a minute or so,
Okay.
30 seconds.
Right. Yeah. We just get a little color on that other side, and then
Yeah.
I'll get it over into the oven. We'll finish it up.
Yeah.
Great. Great. All right. Easy so far, right?
Yeah, so far.
I mean, anybody can do this.
This is one of the easiest dishes, I think, that you can make. It's got a few ingredients, but it's not daunting. I mean, it's very approachable.
Right.
And if you make this recipe, it will look exactly like you're going to see it on the show today.
Yeah.
No surprises.
And you don't have to worry. I mean, it's seafood, but it's like this is, perfect way to learn.
It is.
All right.
It is. All right.
Shall we?
Yes.
Okay. How hot is our oven?
About 350.
350, and we're looking at just a few minutes,
Yeah,
right?
just a few minutes, just to make sure that it's completely done on the
Yeah, they look
inside.
beautiful. They're great. They're great. They're plump and juicy, and you can just tell
Yay.
they're not overcooked whatsoever.
All right.
Excellent.
There we
I'm
go.
going to the oven right now.
Awesome.
And in they go. I'm going to set the timer in my head. We'll get cleaned up here, kinda.
Okay.
Take a little break, come back, and we're going to make some sauce and some salad and put it all together.
All together.
All right.
All right.
Don't go away.
Whether you need a hand shopping for groceries, using up scraps, or finishing every bite, Meal Prep Mate can help you plan better and save more. Whether you're a newbie getting your first taste, a meal prepper honing your chops, or a meal prep pro hungry for a challenge, you can learn how to eat smarter, plan better, and save more at every step of meal prep. When you finish every bite, you save. Start prepping with Meal Prep Mate at SaveTheFood.com.
Welcome back. With me today is Veronica Hendrix. We've got our shrimp in the oven, which we can probably check, don't you think?
I think we should.
Hold on one second here.
Okay.
Let's see what we've got. Oh, actually, you know what? I think they're perfect.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, those are lovely.
Right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Right?
Beautiful color. Okay.
All right. I'm going to just lay these over here
Okay.
so they're out of our way and not...
Those are
There we
really
go.
pretty.
Perfect. All right. Time to make some sauce and time to make some salad.
Exactly.
Now, I see an onion sitting in front of me. Does that mean you want me to chop it?
Yes, sir. Could you please
You
cut half of that
got it.
onion?
All right. And what are we looking for? Like a dice?
Like a
medium
dice. Yeah, medium dice. So I'm going to
Medium
put
dice
a
it is.
little oil in this pan because I'm going to saute those onions. So I'm going to pour
Medium dice it is.
a little oil in there. Okay.
Okay. All right. You got some oil in that pan. What
Got
kind of
some
oil we
oil.
working with?
This is just plain old olive oil.
Just
this
olive
time.
oil.
Just
All right.
olive oil, yeah. One of my
Because you're not
favorite
going real
oils.
hot with this. You just
No.
sort of... Okay.
Exactly. You're really good with that knife.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you know, it's like I said, you chop enough onions on the show.
Beautiful.
And-
Look at that. Perfect.
No muss, no fuss. Well, thank you. I will take that applause.
Okay.
All right, we're good to add that? Why don't I
Yeah,
just bring this over for you here?
Slide that in.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. That's the sound we
That's
want to
a
hear.
nice hot pan.
Right?
I love that.
Okay.
Beautiful. Okay.
So you're going to start sauteing.
I'm going to start sauteing these onions, get them cooked down, and then after I do that, I'm going to add the garlic
Okay.
and then stir it around until it's fragrant, and then I'll add the rest of my ingredients, and I'll explain those in a little bit.
And then it just sort of all kind of cooks together?
All kind of cooks together. You know, we have our rice here that we were cooking earlier in the
Right.
segment. It's completely done.
Okay.
So we're going to be using that in a few minutes.
Great. It's all going to be added together with our shrimp and this sauce.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Well, we
So-
also have our salad. Should I get going on that since you
Yes,
like my
that would be-
chopping so much?
You know what? You're the best. I think that's what I would like.
Okay, how would you like these cut?
So in ribbons, so we've got our curly kale, flat leaf kale,
Got
and
it.
we've got our cabbage. So if you can cut that, kind of like a slaw in a way.
Got it. Okay, not a problem.
And this is a really easy salad. I love greens, any kind of greens. So these are some of my favorites. And
Right,
we're going to
yeah.
top it with a very simple, easy, no fuss vinaigrette dressing.
Okay.
And then we're going to put a few Kalamala olives on it and then grate some Pecorino Romano.
Very healthy
cheese.
salad
Very,
too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Easy.
can't go wrong with two types of kale and cabbage.
My mother would be proud.
Anybody's mother would be proud, right?
Get your greens.
Getting your greens for the day for sure.
They used to call it roughage back in the day.
Roughage, yes.
Did you get your roughage in?
Roughage. Now it's fiber.
That's it. Fiber now.
Roughage. Yeah, that's a sort of a brutal sounding
Really?
term, isn't it?
Okay, I'm adding
Roughage.
the garlic in here because I've got the onions cooking down. It's about maybe a heaping teaspoon of garlic.
Okay. All right, one down.
All right.
Probably don't need all of these, right? I mean,
No.
You're looking for how many cups of?
Maybe about 4 cups total of greens.
Okay,
it's kinda
all
to-
right.
It's
So
kind of
we-
to your taste.
Got it,
You
got
know,
it.
whatever you like. All right, now I'm going to add this fresh thyme in here.
Yum.
Heat it up a little bit.
Yeah, I like thyme.
Thyme is one of my favorites as well. And just until that's fragrant.
So while this is not necessarily a Cajun or a Creole dish, it's going to have a little bit of that profile to it.
It really will.
For
And
sure, with the Cajun seasoning that you've got, and then the thyme, and then the fire roasted tomatoes.
Fire
I
roasted
mean,
tomatoes. These are beautiful. Those go in. Great sound.
Yeah, right.
Stir
and
that
you know,
up.
the canned tomatoes are I think as a product a really darn good product. You know, sometimes they're going to be better than anything you can buy in the store. But the fire roasted tomatoes really neat too. You know, talk about a way to like kind of change the profile of like a dish you've made before or what have you. You know, it's nice. It gives it that roasty, smoky.
It does.
Actually, I think we can use a little bit
And
more.
I love that. Okay, I just added a little salt. I'm going to add a pinch of sugar because, you know,
Use all this.
tomatoes can be a little bitter. And then I'm going to put in some cracked pepper. Let me turn this down a little bit because it's simmering a little too fast.
Yeah, you don't want to cook it down too fast, right?
Not too fast. Okay. Little cracked pepper.
You know, I'm ending up using all this kale
Okay.
because it's really chopping down to be a lot smaller than I thought it might.
All right, so there we go with that. All right, and I'm going to put the top on this and let it go for just a few minutes.
All right.
And then I will be adding, oh, hold on for a second, I need to put the chicken stock. A half a cup of chicken stock. I'm going to start off with a little less than a half because I'm not sure how much I might need. So
Okay.
pour about a quarter of it in
Always
there.
add as you go, right?
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to let this just simmer for a little bit, and then I will start on our vinaigrette.
Great.
All right.
Our easy vinaigrette.
Easy vinaigrette. So for this recipe, you use about a quarter cup of olive oil.
Okay.
I need just a little bit more olive oil. And then you're going to add some apple cider vinegar, about
Okay.
a quarter of a cup. That's a little bit too much. All right. And then we're going to add about a quarter teaspoon of dried Italian herbs.
How much do you love apple cider vinegar?
A lot.
Great, right?
I love it. Going to add some chopped garlic.
A little bit more. I'll do this one.
And about, oh, here's the salt right here. About a quarter teaspoon of salt.
All right.
Okay? And I'm just going to whisk this together.
All right, we're about done here on the
That
greens
is
too.
our vinaigrette. And I'm going to taste it to see what the salt is like.
Yeah.
Maybe just
A little bit more?
A little bit more.
Yeah, we've got lots of greens here. And I think, I mean, it's very pretty. As you can see,
Beautiful.
lots of shades, right? Beautiful.
A little bit more salt. A little cracked pepper. All right. And so you just, a little bit of this goes a long way.
Right. Well, and also, too, what's nice about this is a make-ahead. Totally, because that's only going to get better sitting on there, right?
Exactly.
You kind of don't want to dress this right before it comes to the table anyway. You want it to sit for it a little bit and break it down a little bit and dry out some of the water content.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, so let's toss this a little bit.
Yeah, that would be a nice bed for anything. It's beautiful.
Okay. And like you said, the longer it sits, the better it's going to taste.
Absolutely.
It'll wilt down a little bit.
And you know what's great? It's the one salad. It's the whenever you're working with like kale or cabbage or something. It's the one salad where you can actually even eat the next day.
Exactly.
It's good, you know, after you take it out of the fridge. It's been in there a full day and it still holds up.
It still holds up. These greens are really hardy. Okay, let me take a quick peek at this. All right, we're about
Beautiful.
ready to go with that. All right, so
Great, done, right?
we are done.
Excellent.
All right.
Put that off to the side.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do to this is I'm going to add my rice.
Okay. Oh yeah, look at that.
Put it all in there.
Pretty pretty too.
Gorgeous.
While it's black rice, there is a sort of a like kind of a purple like or maroonish quality to it, right?
Exactly.
It's not quite completely black.
And we're going to need this
Beautiful.
extra stock. And you can use as much stock as you like. If you like your rice, you know, a little tight, use less. If you want it saucier, you can add more stock.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to stir that through.
We're gonna add our peas as
We're going to
well.
stir our peas
Oh,
through.
you know what? I was gonna ask you. The olives, they go into the
The
salad?
olives go in the salad, yes.
Okay, so I can get that in there right now.
stir the
That's
peas
just gonna bring another little briny, salty quality to
Mm-hmm.
it. Beautiful.
Okay. So we just basically want these peas to heat up, so I'm going to stir that.
And then the starch from the peas sort of helps bring it together as well.
It really does.
All right.
All right, and I'm going to taste this to see if I need any additional salt.
Good move.
Maybe just a little bit more. Just kind of sprinkle.
And then our cheese, we cheese that at the end, right?
At the end.
Okay, right
Correct.
before we serve it. Yeah, we wouldn't want to cheese that too early. It's just going to
No.
like sort of
Although my
dissipate.
son likes it that way.
Really?
He does.
All right. Good to know next time I have him over for dinner.
All right, so we're going to put the lid on this and let the peas heat up.
Okay. Do we need to
And
add the shrimp yet, or
We
do
will.
or do you want to wait?
We'll wait.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
And how long are we looking? Just a couple of
Just a
minutes?
couple of minutes, yeah.
Because those were frozen peas
Yeah.
that we hadn't really defrosted.
Exactly, so we just
so
need to heat
we're
them
going to
for a
let the
little
pot
bit.
do that. But,
Yeah.
you know, listen, super simple meal here. And it's going to be like a one bowl thing, right?
Yeah, family style once again. A lot
Yeah.
of the things that I create are meant for families and for sharing. So
Great.
this is a great family meal.
Well, we got a little bit to clean up this
We
time.
do, and we'll come back and we'll put the shrimp on.
Great. Let's do that. So we'll
Okay.
take a break and get it all done, and then we'll eat.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Don't go away.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Welcome back. I'm with Veronica Hendrix, and our meal is ready to go.
Yes, it is.
Right? May I?
Yes, let me give you a little
I would
salad.
love that. That salad looks delicious, doesn't it?
Would you like a little cheese on this?
I would.
Okay, let me grate you just a
Thank you so
little bit
much.
of cheese on here.
And it's so great. I love you're serving the rice and shrimp right from the skillet.
Right from the skillet, family style.
Right, and to do that at home, I mean, you just put a little trivet on the table and you bring it out, and it's one less dish to mess up. Correct?
Absolutely.
All right.
There you go.
All right.
And I'm going to have a little.
Please, I'm going to start tasting. I want to taste this rice first. That is delicious.
Thank you.
There is a sauce-like quality to it that is so hearty and comforting. I love it. And a lot of texture to that rice. I want to try one of these shrimps as well because they look perfectly cooked.
Let's see.
And they are. Great.
Just enough.
Just enough spice.
Yeah, just enough.
And the salad. I love it. Home run. Thank
you.
you. We're going to do this again?
Yeah, we will.
Great. This just goes to show you, we really are cooking with some of the best chefs from right here in our own community. On behalf of myself, Veronica, everybody here at Community Cooking, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'm going back in.
If you'd like a copy of the recipes seen on this show, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Office of Cable and Community Relations. That's 3350 Civic Center Drive, Suite 200, in Torrance, California, 90503. Be sure to note the show number displayed on the screen. And don't forget, you can find all the fresh ingredients used on today's show at the Farmers Market. Visit the one here in Torrance at Wilson Park. That's located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're open every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us at communitycooking@torranceca.gov and check us out online at youtube.com/TorranceCityCable and like us on Facebook at Community Cooking TV.